Hello Aries, this is your 2017 general reading for Aries Sun, Moon and Rising. Check your other videos of your Moon and Rising sign to get a clearer view on the 2017 that is coming. Cards are already laid out because it takes plenty of time to arrange it, so not to waste time. I've already laid them out. Okay, so your first card here represents you this year, and your Four of Wands. And Four of Wands is all about stability, because fours are stability. And it's about joy and celebration. You have this pagoda thing here with flowers on the top and hearth inside. So it is a kind of sanctuary or a kind of a shelter you created for the time. It's not permanent. You have to maintain this, but probably you will go further on from this. But this is a very happy moment on your path, I feel. Very stable and joyous moment. It's warm, it's safe. We have two doves here that indicate it's very peaceful and happy, and perhaps you are celebrating something with others. It can be connected with family, with establishing bonds like marriage. It can be also about your home, perhaps some renovation or moving. But generally this is a very stable and happy card. So this is you in 2017. And what's the major arcana that's coming this year, that will be with you this year, the main energy? It's the moon. Oh, and the moon is all about light and dark and mingling between them and shadows. So everything is covered in shadow. You cannot see the truth properly. If you look closely at this card, you see what I'm talking about. There are reflections of reflections of reflections. So everything is kind of mingling and twinkling, and you cannot see properly in this light. You can only choose your path by intuition, and that is the good energy of the moon. The hard energy of the moon, the difficult one, is that you may seem lost. You may feel lost. You may feel like there's a deception around you, that you don't know where you are. So these feelings of being lost and in the darkness may accompany you this year. But on the other hand, it is the time of intuition, great intuition. It's the time of following your heart, following your dreams. So pay attention to your dreams, because they will lead you and they will teach you much. It is also a great time to perform art, poetry, music, things like that. And you can use your imagination, because the moon card shows things how they might be, not how they are, but how they might be. And if you know this, you can go beyond this illusion, but you can make some of it true. And this is a great opportunity to follow your intuition, to follow this vision of how things might be, and make them true. Okay? Now, what is inevitable for you this year? What is the thing that you're surely gonna learn this year? The Queen of Cups. And it goes very well with this moon card. Moon card is also a Cancer card, Cancer sign. It is also connected with Pisces sometimes, but generally it's about water. And Queen of Cups is also water. It's, as far as I can remember, it's Venus in Cancer. So again, this Cancerian energy, watery energy, energy of feelings. There's innocence there, and there's unconditional love that she's giving. So that's the thing you're gonna learn this year. This giving of unconditional love, but also following your heart. She looks into this cup. This cup is her heart, and she's very much in love with her own heart. She loves what she sees inside. So there's a beauty in this unconditional love, I feel, and you're gonna discover it. And she's also always following her heart and her intuition. She's very intuitive. And what she does is also she brings intimacy in everything she touches. And she invites you to be intimate with yourself and with someone, to be very, very close. This requires trust, and this requires following your heart, but it can bring beautiful blessings to your life. So watery energy around you, Aries, but also fire, right? Four of Wands is your energy, the energy of fire. Let's look. Here lies your weakness, your fears, and your challenge, perhaps. So things that are difficult this year. Let's look. The Devil. Oh, what a card here. Yeah, there's much to fear, to be fearful here, right? The Devil. But I'm always smiling when I see it, because we tend to forget that we all have a shadow. It's a shadow card, right? We tend to think about ourselves as quite like half angels. Oh, we are so good and so bright and so beautiful, and everything what is nice and bright, we like to emphasize it about us. But let's not forget that we also have this shadow side. Come on, we are human, and humans have a shadow. When there is a light, there's also a shadow. We cast a shadow. So that's our shadow. And the Devil reminds us that we all have shadow, that we all are humans, that we all have our weaknesses and our fears. And that's all about it. And what I like about this card is that it invites you to accept it, not to fight it. Because the more you fight it, the stronger it becomes. The more you accept it, the more control you have over it. It's not even controlling, if you control something, it means it's an alien force. But if you incorporate this Devil, if you really accept it as part of you, then it becomes a part of you, and it acts as you ask him, right? It works for your own good. But this is a tough task to accomplish, right? To accept this Devil within me. Oh my God, how to do it? No, it's not possible. I'm not like that. Come on, I'm not like that. Oh yes, you are. And the more you cut it off, the more probable it is that it will come out in the least expected moment, and spoil something, right? Destroy something. So just see it as it is. When I see this card, I always recommend for those of you who didn't read this book, it's the book by Ursula Le Guin, and it's called The Wizard of Sea Earth, of the Earth Sea. Oh, yeah, Earth Sea. The Wizard of the Earth Sea. And it's all about chasing the shadow and what happened next. It's very, for me, the devil is very yin-yang energy, like light and darkness coming together, and only coming together they are true. And it's also the truth about yourself. You are this, and you are the light. You are both. Okay? Of course, traditionally, this devil card talks about restrictions of all kinds, generally restrictions that we impose on ourselves, about losing independence, about addictions, about enslavement, about being in the material realm and only being there, overindulgence, and choosing to stay there. Like, it's not accepting, it's choosing. This is something totally different. It's giving yourself to pleasures, to lust, to desire, which is not bad if this is not all what you do, right? And you feel like you're closing that you're coming to the end of your options. So it's restriction. You don't feel well in this. But again, if you accept it, it's all gonna be for your own good. Okay? So this is your challenge, I feel. You may fear it a lot, and no wonder. Now, your strength. 9 of Cups. Oh, it's called the Wish card, right? I think you know it. It's called the Wish card. So you may be very lucky this year. You may have luck on your side. Generally, you enjoy life here in this card. You have plenty of options, and you enjoy them. You enjoy the pleasure of senses. So it's like with the devil here. But you generally feel satisfaction. You are emotionally fulfilled. You're not afraid of the future. The future looks bright to you. And you feel there's something good waiting for you there. The only thing that is missing here is someone else, because you're quite alone here. But you're fulfilled. It's still okay, right? So this feeling of calmness and peacefulness and emotional stability here may be your strength this year, and it may let you feel safe in discovering what is your shadow side. Now, your purpose. What should you focus on in 2017? This is 4 of Pentacles. So again, 4. You have little stability this year. I mean, not little stability. I mean temporal stability. Because 4s are stable, but they are also temporal. So it may be a year of kind of stagnant energy, or I don't see much change here, right? It's very stable. 4 of Pentacles. Usually people call it a card of keeping something very close to your chest, right? Keeping your goods close to your chest. It talks about the need to be in control of everything. It's quite possessive energy. And it's also about limitations. You live within your limitations, the limitations you created yourself. And you're very, you don't want to change. You want to stay there and be safe. There's a need of being safe here for me in this card. So sometimes people see it as not a very good energy, right? Just closing something and keeping it closed. But the important thing is that you have the key to this chest, right? And the positive side of this card is that you can learn much about your boundaries. Because sometimes we forget that we have boundaries and we let others in although we didn't invite them. Or they just come in and they don't ask if they can, if we allow them. I always imagine there's this girl here and she's keeping this chest open. And someone is coming and wants to grab these pentacles. And what she does, she doesn't say a word, she just closes it. Even if she crushes the fingers of this person, she's not guilty here. That person is guilty, right? The person that breaks your boundaries is responsible for your action, your counteraction, right? So perhaps what you need and what you have to do this year, what you should focus on, is keeping your boundaries, recognizing your boundaries, and recognizing your shadow side is very helpful in it. And then not letting in anyone except for the people you invited in. And many people have problems with this, especially women. But it really brings a sense of safety when you know where your boundaries are and when you know when to say, stop, that's enough. Don't come closer. It's my territory. We should learn this to feel safe and to be able to invite people in with the sense of safety. Okay, so these are your main themes this year. And now let's look at seasons of the year. What are the energies? In winter, January, February and March. Daughter of Pentacles, that is Page of Pentacles in traditional deck. And Page of Pentacles is a very nice grounding energy. It's sometimes I call it reality check. Like, I know where I'm standing. I feel the ground beneath my feet. I know what's going on. I know precisely where am I, what I have, what is the worth of the things I have. It's just being very much rooted in reality, which is very positive. Because it's a page, it may also be that some positive financial news are coming to you in winter. Some positive information about your material assets is coming to you. But if it's you, then it's just, standing firmly on the ground and knowing precisely where you are and who you are. Very nice. And in spring, what do we have in spring? It's April, May, and June. Another four. Four of Swords this time. For me, Four of Swords, again, it is the time of mental stability and rest. After the Three of Swords, which is very painful energy, you finally reached the Four. And Four is all about, for me, it's all about meditating. It's all about being grateful for your life and the sense of peace and calmness in you. The card itself has its roots in the medieval tradition when knights were going to war. They created a grave for them, a stony one, and when they were coming back from this war alive, they were supposed to lie on this and meditate about the gift of life they were given, but the fact that they are not dead yet, although they might have been, right? So it's all about life and death and being thankful for life. And I always think about being grateful when I see this card. Perhaps you will discover the power of being grateful and the power of meditation in your life in spring. But generally it's a peace of mind. So you have 1, 2, 3 fours, right? You only don't have 4 of cups, and I hope you won't receive it. Okay. Oh, the world. The world in summer. That's interesting. Because the world means the end of the cycle, the end of the very long journey for you, closing of something. But as I don't see many changes here in your reading, I would rather understand it as something you are going to do in summer, which is to travel a lot. Here in this deck it's called the universe, but generally it's called the world, and it may indicate that you're gonna visit many places in the world. But of course it can be the end of the cycle. There are many energies appearing here. I don't see the change, the abrupt change, but perhaps this change is very slow moving, and in summer something closes in a very slow and delicate way. Maybe. Let's see what's in autumn, which is October, November, December. And it's the Ace of Wands. So there is an ending. And there comes a beginning. We have this beautiful little fox here. He's very focused, as you can see. Look at his eyes, look at his nose, look at his ears. He's all tense and waiting for the right move to make. And he's gonna make it. So the Ace of Wands is that one moment sparkle of energy, this burst of energy when the fox is hunting and he makes this final decisive jump. And this is the Eight of Wands, this burst of energy, this one precise movement to catch something, to start the fire. And this fire may burn long and beautiful if you accept this new beginning. It's So it's very fiery, beautiful energy you're coming in autumn. So it may, perhaps it may be that this stability here, this little stability, is ending around summer, and coming autumn, you begin something new in your life, a new chapter. Okay, so that was your reading, Aries. I hope you enjoyed it. Check your other readings for moon and rising signs. And of course, I wish you all the best in 2017. Bye bye.